How British and American Spelling Parted Ways. These days, when we want to know how to spell a word, we have an accepted authority to look to, the dictionary. But that wasn't always the case. Dictionaries of English have not been around for very long. When the Pilgrims set sail for the colonies, English dictionaries didn't exist yet, so there were none to bring. They did have books, though, and that's what determined the spelling conventions of the day. But different publishers used different spellings, not even all that consistently, and there was no one generally accepted standard. Words were spelled in many ways. The first English dictionary of major authority was Samuel Johnson's A Dictionary of the English Language, published in 1755. It played an important role in establishing a spelling standard for English. From among the varied spellings out there, Johnson selected his preferences, and his dictionary became the respected standard for how English should be spelled. But a few decades later, America had become its own nation, and a man named Noah Webster thought that a new nation deserved a new, more sensible spelling system. He thought America should be as independent in literature as she is in politics. Why keep up unreasonable spellings just because they were handed down that way from the old world? He began to work on his own dictionary. Webster's first version of his American dictionary was published in 1806, and it was loaded with simplifications. He dropped silent letters all over the place, and made adjustments that he thought showed how a reasonable person would spell. Though the dictionary was a big success, many of these changes were ridiculed and failed to catch on. In subsequent versions, they were dropped. But some did catch on, and they eventually came to represent the American way of spelling. He tossed the U out of words like honor, favor, and color, and made other changes that Americans accepted without too much trouble. These are still the spelling areas that differentiate British and American the most. Back in England, they went along with the idea of dropping the K from words like magic, since even at the time of Johnson's dictionary those spellings were looking old-fashioned. But other so-called Americanisms were regarded with disdain, and that disdain probably helped solidify British habits like the OU in color and the RE in center, even though they had been flexible on those spellings before they came to be seen as American. Now, spelling, like coffee versus tea or football versus soccer, is just another one of the many ways we retain a friendly cultural independence from each other.